Come on. Come on. Here we go.
Two bald guys and they're talking about hockey. Two bald guys and they're talking about hockey. Two bald guys and they're talking about hockey. Two bald guys talking about hockey. Two bald guys and they're 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 talking about hockey. And they're bald. And there's hockey. Hockey.
Hey, Jean, we're back. We're back. Long weekend, special Victoria, or not Victoria Day, civic holiday version.
Long weekend.
Yes. How was your long weekend?
It was good. It was good. And I'm on vacation for the next 2 weeks, so it's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Even better.
Even better.
Yes.
So great. Just letting you know, little whisper in your ear, UFA might be starting on Saturday.
Oh, big announcement on two ball guys, eh?
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to announce it or not, but I think I'm running it. So don't be surprised, everybody.
Get ready.
Maybe that's how we'll do well in the UFA this year. Is we'll just sort of make it a quiet event, like a small little party for a few exclusive friends, right?
Only two ball guys and whoever's watching right now.
And Anze Kopitar goes to Ottawa for $1 million. Well done.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So, hey, everybody, we are here and we are going to talk about the Eastern Conference draft tonight. Well, the draft of the DCHL and how the Eastern Conference teams did, because we did the Western Conference last week. So, should be an interesting.
Give our opinions.
Yeah.
And I think last week went really well. So we'll see how this week goes.
We didn't rip anybody. I don't think the only teams that got ripped on it were probably the guys who didn't care.
Yeah.
About the draft anyway. Like, I don't know. I mean, we can do Boston's results very quickly.
Yeah. They're done.
They're done.
That's it.
Okay, I'm going to share this here, and we can start talking.
Instead of being on to Cincinnati, we're on to Buffalo.
We're on to Buffalo. Buffalo, interesting draft, to say the least. I guess their big move was getting Cameron Schmidt at 39, like jumping up and taking a guy drafted considerably lower in the NHL at 94.
That was a family pick. An emotional pick, but if he can score, and good thing that Ian moved up, because the comments I received after he drafted him was, crap, I was just about to take him. And it wasn't just one person, so he would have been gone definitely by pick 50 if Ian hadn't jumped to 39.
Yeah, like our league, we tend to take these guys early, so the high upside guys that are kind of home run swings. So Ian takes a reach. He took a reach last year with a couple guys and doing the same thing this year. Respect it. Samuel Johnson, I don't know if you know who that is. That's an Edmonton Oilers goalie.
Don't know a lot about him. I think he's 6'5" or something like that. That's pretty much all I know. I think he's 6'5" and older.
I'm not sure how tall he is. He is the Edmonton Oilers. He is 6'3". He's the Oilers' #1 goalie in their system. So there is that. He was on my draft list. I wasn't going to take him. Ian took him at 93, which is like third round.
But he's got an open lane if he can be successful, because Stuart Skinner is not an all-star. He's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the consistency you're looking for a Stanley Cup champion, and there's not very much after that. So if he's the number one prospect for goalie, I think it's a good reach at 93. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think he was a fifth round pick in the NHL, something like that. I can look it up, but it was, I'll just look it up. Fifth round pick. There you go. I was right.
Yeah.
Um, and let's see. We'll see how he does in the AHL this year.
If he's already
Uh,
over to North America, that's another huge thing, I think.
yeah. Well, he signed this year, and he was
Hmm.
coming over.
Yeah. So if he's coming over, I think that's big.
Yeah. Bruno Idzan, your guy.
Yep.
I don't know if you were going to try to get in there and get him at some point, but
No, well, at I was thinking about it but I didn't want to have too many picks this year because I'm at the roster limit, as I've said many times. But he was on my radar, and if he would have kept dropping, I would have probably tried to trade up to get him, but trade back in
yeah.
to get him. And that's one of the things I was negotiating with Carolina because he was still available, and Bosov was also available at Wednesday. Those are two guys that I said if one of them is there at 116, I would make the deal with Carolina, and he was, and Bosov was there, but Idzan was one of the guys I was looking at. So
Okay. He also took Maxim Berezkin, uh, who I remember looking at, but I don't even remember if he's signed or if he's coming over. He was drafted in 2020. I remember he was
yeah,
drafted in like the fifth round or something in 2020.
and he's a former Florida Panther from DCHL. I had him on my roster for a few years, but it didn't look like he was coming over, and the roster limit again, I had to release him. And there was rumors that he was going to sign with Edmonton this offseason, and he didn't. He might be coming over next year. So
Okay.
if he does, he could be a sleeper that is worth a lot more than pick 125
Yeah.
because he's a big winger that can score. So, and he's been
Okay.
playing
And
in.
and Ian takes his third actual 2025 drafted player this year. That might be a record for Ian.
Yes.
Taking Victor Klingzel, who, a lot of scouts had him rated higher than 156, which is
Hmm.
what he went in the NHL to Winnipeg. So, it's a good reach or it's a good risk. Again, that's kind of being strategy on these, right?
Yeah,
Take swings on guys who have high upside.
absolutely. And you know what? Ian has proven that he can like select guys that will play in the NHL. So he has a good track record as a drafter.
Luke Hames, who is he's signed with Toronto. He's a college player that signed with Toronto.
Yeah,
They
Nova
love
Asia.
him here in Toronto. Like he's going to be the next great player. I don't know. We'll see.
So I read up on him, saw some highlights. He was the hype guy this year that was going to be coming out of college. So we'll see if that turns out to be anything.
Yeah. Matt Gedkowski from Army. He's only the second player I can think of that we've ever drafted from Army. I know nothing about him.
First
Uh,
that I know of.
Andre Loshko was on my list. He was an OHL player this past year. Played well in Niagara. We'll see. He's outplayed his draft position because I think he was like a sixth or seventh round draft pick in
So
2023, maybe
yeah, and all of
2023,
these guys are
2023.
all overagers right now.
Yeah.
So
Well, he was a fourth draft pick. Sorry.
yeah.
Um, And Kimmich and Leslie, I know nothing about. So, I mean, but you're drafting at anytime you're drafting in the 200s, we'll see. So,
And Ian must have seen them because they're from WHL and
they're out west, yeah.
out west where he's living. So
Well, Kimmick's a defenseman who has apparently signed with Vegas. So, good on you. Uh, okay, I gave Ian a B. Like I just thought it was like, and then, like a B in this draft class, I think it's pretty good. I don't know that it was that good of a draft class to begin with, but I mean, he did okay,
yeah, I think is a B is solid considering he didn't have his first pick was at pick 39.
and he took Cameron Schmidt, who we both
Yeah,
respect that pick.
but I think Johnson, Idzan, Bereskins all have a shot at making it to the NHL.
Yeah.
So
So, like I said, I don't think it was a great draft, but it was certainly solid.
mhm.
Okay, who's next? Carolina. Carolina did a lot of yeah moves. They didn't have a pick till 52. Carter Amico. I, I remember being very meh on Carter Amico. So I don't know.
If the biggest issue with him is injuries, if he can stay healthy, Carolina might have had, a really good defenseman that with size that can skate. His
Well, he's
problem the
six
last
five,
couple of
right? Like
years
he's
is
a big boy.
yeah, and so one of the things I read about him is that he's so big that his legs just keep giving up whenever he changes direction, and he keeps hurting his ankles and his knees. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Charlie Serrato was an overager, and he he was uh, pretty hyped as an overager to be drafted this year, and Carolina drafted him too. So the NHL
At
Carolina.
49. Yeah, that's a pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good value for
Mm-hmm.
Mike and I can't remember his assistant GM's name.
Yeah.
But getting
Like,
him at 66 when he was drafted at 49, I mean, good value there.
mm-hmm.
Lafreniere, I know nothing really about. I don't. He wasn't very high, like on very many scouts lists that I remember looking at. So I didn't look at him a whole lot. Same thing with Gabriel Day. I'll
I
give.
know I know a little bit about him. So he's a good size goalie. Yeah, I think he was drafted second overall in his draft year by Victoriaville, and he has been getting peppered in Victoriaville on a regular basis. So he's got tons of potential. His stats are not showing it right now because he's been playing for a shitty team. So, and he's been, who was it? Um, Fleury. He reached out to Fleury at a game or something like or he saw him, and he told Fleury said, "Hey, if you ever want to train, let me know." And he uh, he reached out to him, and they've been training together lately. Um, so I think that's a pick that has potential.
Oh, good. Um, Damien Carfagna, he's a university kid. I don't know. Again, he wasn't on my list. I don't know
No,
anything about him. Aiden Lane, I remember looking at, and he actually goes to school near where I live. So these kids I tend to look at, and I was never really that impressed with Aiden Lane.
no.
Asher Bennett, know nothing about him.
But
I
he
mean,
got Asher Ben and Jimmy Lombardi. They got great quality out of him, right?
well,
Like
good value.
125 and 131, they got him at 181 and 209.
Well, I
So,
did like Jimmy Lombardi in my looking at players.
mhm.
6 feet center. And again, you're getting him at 200. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think Carolina didn't have like anybody that is going to be like wow you, but they could end up having one or two guys that make it, and they got good value for the guys that they got and where they got them.
Yeah.
So
So I got B minus for Carolina.
I agree with that. Again, can't get into the A's whenever you're picking a 52 to your first pick.
Yeah. Unless you're doing something amazing.
Yep.
Okay, Columbus. I thought Columbus for the picks they had, I thought they did well. I have to say, I liked what they did.
So did I. I was going to say that for a team that had their first pick at 63, I think
Eric
he did really
Nielsen,
well.
wow, wow, fell for like 45 in the NHL draft to get him at 63.
And
I He's a player. He's gonna play. Like I
he's been playing well at this summer showcase, and I think that was a quality pick by Columbus with Eric Nelson. And there was talk that he might make it into the first round. So
Yeah. Well, he was a guy when I was picking at 29, and I was thinking only the one pick, and I want a center. He was one of the guys on my list that I was going to
mhm.
take. Even after the draft happened and he went at 40, whatever, he was still someone I would reach up and grab at
Yeah.
29 if I hadn't gotten Braden Coots. It's he's a good like this kid. I really feel confident that this kid's going to be an
Mhm.
NHLer and
Yeah.
maybe a second or third line center.
Yeah. Quality pick.
Yeah.
Um,
Rossi
let's say
Boyd, go ahead.
Boelius. Um, he was on my list, and again, I had the limited. Well, I ended up with 9 draft picks, but I thought he was going to drop a little bit more. But he got him in the third round. So, and he's the best finish player this year in the draft.
Oh, for
So
sure.
got some potential.
Yeah. Michael Prado at 88. And again, yeah, goalie. Okay, he's a goalie, but this is a good pick. And again, third round,
Yep.
draft him
I
and wait and
love
see.
I love his third and fourth pick, Pradle and Beckman.
Yeah.
He got a lot of value for those 2 picks. So I'm a fan of his first 4 picks.
All right. Okay. Um, I actually, Will Scouch today came up with, or was it yesterday, Florida Panthers, and he talked about Mads Kongsback, Clivo, and he really liked this kid. So I was like, wow, okay.
And look at the value that they got.
Well,
184, and he was drafted at 112.
yeah,
That's
this is
really good value.
this is. I ended up giving him a B plus on this draft, like, and it's close to an A. It's he got great value. He sat and waited on players, and he just took the best player when he could draft, and I think
Hmm.
that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
okay, so
Good
who's
job.
next here?
Good job,
Detroit.
Nick.
Detroit only had 3 picks. 2 of them were off the board. So there you
You
go.
you don't like did you say 2 of them were awful?
No, off the board.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And
I heard.
I've got to tip my cap to him because Philip Hollander, I had completely missed entirely. And he took him at 46. And I think that's like a great spot to take him.
Hmm. Yeah. He's gonna be rated on his team next year.
So,
So at 46, that's great value. And Genborg at 68 again, to me, is like really, really good value.
a lot of scouts had him in the first round.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
good
Dalton
job.
Bancroft, I know nothing about.
Yeah. Good job, Trevor.
Yeah, no, I gave Detroit a a B plus on 3 picks
Wow, that is a really good mark.
for three
That is
picks.
really, really good.
But I think the Philip Hollander one alone was well done.
Yeah. It's, you know what I keep saying? You want at least one guy out of every draft. Well, Alander is his guy. And then if Genborg makes it, now he's got two guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, so this team Florida, Florida
I will let you
Panthers.
rip my trades and my picks.
Okay, well, Caleb Danwye at 4. You know I'm not as big a fan of him as you are. There are players I would have taken a 4 other than him. But
Hmm.
if it's good enough for the NHL, I mean, I can't really argue that. So I will say also, it's been fun watching you and Zach trying to play off each other. Who's going to go at 3 and who's going to go at 4 forever?
Yeah.
When like, and it always baffled me as to why Zach cared because he was picking at 3. Like your pick at 4 does not impact his pick at 3. Just it was always interesting why he always wanted to know.
And I was afraid to tell him because I didn't want him to take Denwayé. So
I will say this. I'm going to rip you a little bit for Redeem Merchka at 13 because I think you made a mistake there. I think you should have taken uh, Justin Carbon.
Carbonneau.
Yeah, I think you should have stuck to your original plan and took Carbon.
Yeah.
Um, you don't need a defenseman as much, and Mertka's still got a lot of questions in his game. He was he was my second best defenseman after Schaefer for me.
Hmm.
I don't know that you taking him at 13 was your best play. But I mean, you had a lot of picks and you've got a lot of good quality young players. So you can take that risk, I guess.
Well, to me, to me that wasn't a risk. To me, that was the safe pick because even like I have a lot of defenseman prospects now,
Yeah.
and I know that not all the guys I'm going to draft are going to be end up on my team. So to me, that was just another asset, and I just thought that it was worth the value at 13. But yes, my plan was to take Carbonneau at 13 or Carter Bear or Eklund, one of the three.
So
So
and Nestersil, I like Nestersil a lot as well. But I just think at 17 there were better players there. So what's funny is the note I made here is a bit of a reach on your first 3 picks, but then your second round picks were amazing. Like I loved each of your second round picks. Frolov, Prokhorov, and Sagi, Seneca, and you took this reach on Cooper Simpson, but I mean, there's a lot of upside with Cooper Simpson's going to be a player or he's not going to be a player. That's it.
yeah, yeah, I I love my second round picks also. Um, and I just want to go back on Nestersil. I know I reached on Nestersil, but I was at 27 and I didn't think he was going to be there at 27. And I really wanted him. And then I saw how the draft developed after, and I'm like, maybe I should have just been patient and let the draft fall to me. But we'll see how it develops.
It would have been, it would be interesting to see where he would have gone had you not had you kept that later first round pick.
Yeah.
Because I think he might have slipped a little bit farther.
And yeah, but that's just a risk I wasn't willing to take at the time.
Well, fair enough.
So
And your final pick, Roman Bosov, a good Russian upside pick.
I had him in a second round, and when we got to the fourth round, I'm like, okay, it's starting to be a really good value. And Carolina had their pick, um, they'll pick 116 on the block. So I just, okay, do I need another defenseman? Not really, but it's just I'm just adding to my depth. So
Well, maybe you're trading Bosa in a couple of years for a second round pick.
we'll see.
Okay, Montreal was very surprising to me. Only one draft pick was a 2025 draft pick. Ironically, it was a goalie that I knew nothing about.
Hmm.
But he went off the board on Quinn Hudson,
All
who was drafted last year by Seattle. Isaac Posh, who I don't really know anything about. I remember looking at Liam McClinsky this year. He was on some lists for college free agents guys. Tim Wash, same thing. Jack Williams. I suspect that the Montreal GM gets the Athletic and read. I think it was Corey Pronman's article on college players coming to the NHL.
well,
Jack Williams. Sorry, go ahead.
I think because um Eric traded a lot of his draft picks and a lot of his prospects to get better now.
Yeah.
So the cupboard was pretty much bare. But I think he started to draft at pick 148. And I think he just like, let's see what I can get. Can I get a few prospects
Yeah,
that could help me
good
fill
strat,
the
like
cupboard
good
again?
strategy for where his team is at.
Yeah.
Really good strategy for where his team is at. Um, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure the players he picked were the best options at those picks, and we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I love the strategy, but I think maybe a little more scouting might be required.
So
Although
yeah,
Quinn Hudson, we'll see. We'll see. And just because his name Hudson, doesn't mean he's going to be in the NHL.
I know.
He
Just
played
like
a couple games
Jared
last
Stahl.
year. Yeah. Okay, so I gave him a C plus. I thought it was better than bad, but and for his picks where they were, I thought he did well. It's just well, he had the right strategy. I just don't know
Yeah.
about these players.
Yeah.
Um, New Jersey, I just gave a C minus to. They had two picks, and I don't remember if they're BPA or not, but probably just BPAs.
Mm, I don't know if they were or not. But you know what? He only had two picks, and it's two players that I'm not upset that he drafted. I think he got a really good value on both of them. If you think
Well,
Phillips
Phillips
got
is pretty
drafted
good.
80th and he got him at 128th, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the goalie's name.
New and
Uh,
Schwander.
New Schwander, and was you got him at 160, and he's a guy that has some potential as a late round pick. So
Yep.
I think for his to having two picks, I think he did well. And if it was BPA, good for him because he got two good players.
Okay, so this brings us to the Islanders. Um, I thought nothing really interesting here. That was the note I made. What do you have? Four picks? Five picks?
Five. You know
Matteo
what?
Nobert. You probably know more about Nobert than I do.
And I don't know a lot. Uh,
Julius Sumpf.
yeah, Moncton. Like I think he was their second line center.
Yeah.
So and Noah Reed, he was more of a cheerleader for London than anything.
Yeah.
And because he didn't get a lot of playing time, he's supposed to be getting a lot more next year. So, but if you look, he got again some quality out of those guys,
Some value anyway.
some value. But he made trades to get help now. he had a lot of first round picks. He had 2 first round picks, and he traded them to get help now, traded future first round picks to get help now, and he traded 3 second round picks to get help now. So I think I like what Flax did, because he's in the like his windows now,
Yep.
and he's got some prospects. So him accumulating more prospects doesn't help him. So
Yeah.
I think he did the right moves to try to make his team better right now.
Okay. So this brings us to the Rangers. Um, the notes I made on there. Interesting swings was the note I made. And Adam Benyak at 69, bit of a reach, but there was a lot of scouts that were ranking him higher than that. So, maybe. I remember not being horribly impressed with Adam Benyak.
So to me, the question is between him, LJ Mooney, and Cameron Schmidt. Who's going to make it? Who's going to be the better player out of the 3 of them? Because they're all 5'7" with tons of skills.
Well, if I'm betting on one of them, I'm going to take the one with the biggest ceiling, which is probably LJ Mooney. But the second best of that is Cameron Schmidt, and the third best of that is Adam Benyak.
So, but Adam Benak was it at the U18s? He was one of the best players for Czechia at the U18s. So we'll
Well,
see.
we'll see. I remember liking Owen Martin. I remember liking watching him. Michael Erickson, same thing.
Yep.
There's some Linus Funk. I don't really have
Never
too
heard of
much
him.
on. Harry Nancy. I'm surprised he went this late in the NHL draft, but and getting him at 173, pretty good. And again, Toronto sports media where I live, they just love Harry Nancy. They love every Leafs pick. So
He's going to be a star.
yeah, love Harrenston. He was a goalie. I think he played horribly in one game, and I think that's the only reason he fell in the draft.
Yeah, because wasn't he the starter and then lost his job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was
So
supposed to be one of the highly touted goalies going into this draft. Like,
yeah. So at
so
192, it's he's in good shape. Like it's
he's
not a
taking good swing.
bad pick. Take
Yeah.
a swing on potential.
Yeah. And finally, I'll say with Passmore, this draft is filled with these guys. He's 6'5", 6'5" defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, but he's another big defenseman that got drafted. Okay, so we're on to the Ottawa Senators. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you wanna start the ripping?
Yes, I will start to ripping. You did the opposite that I did in the first round, because you let the draft fall to you, and then you just took the best player that was there instead of reaching for the guy you wanted. So Braden Coots, not going to be a top line center, definitely not, but he's got potential to be a second, at minimum, a third line center. Bor Orvat is the guy that I'm seeing as a Braden Coots. So I think that was an amazing pick, and letting the draft fall to you at 22. He was drafted 15 by
It was all I could do not to take Logan Hensler there.
I know. Yes, and he was there as a Sens fan. That must have been tough.
Well, and he went at 23. Logan Hensler went at
Yeah.
23.
Bill Zonin, we've been a big fan of him. His skating stride is not amazing, but he gets where he needs to get. He's got some good size, and he's got tons of compete. And at 29, to me, that was a good pick, and he can play center or the wing. So, uh, and then you went off the board for the rest of the picks.
Yeah.
So, and I like it because again, you're trying to win. You're not rebuilding. Coots and Zonen are adding to your prospect pool, but you're trying to win now. And Miftakov is 25 years old, so he's coming to the AHL, and next year he's probably going to be playing in the NHL, not in 2025, 2026, but 2026, 2027. And to me,
Well,
he's going to be
my
NHL
logic
ready.
with Miftakov was because he's with Carolina. He
Yep.
signed with Carolina. His path to the NHL in the next couple of years is easier than a lot of goalies.
Because one of the two goalies in Carolina is not coming back after this year.
Well, and Freddie gets injured all the time.
Yes. So I like I like that pick. He was on my radar as a player to keep an eye on. Uh, Jonathan Tiggs, what else can I say? You're gonna get him for 1 year, rated, but he's
106th
gonna be on
overall.
you. It's not gonna be in the minors.
Nope.
He's gonna be a top two line center.
And the sim tends to overrate experienced players.
So
And he's going to be on a $2 million contract.
at
1
100
year, 2 million.
pick 106, I think that was awesome. Thompson is a homer pick that has potential to be playing some NHL games, but he'll be rated. I
Well,
don't
and
know.
I because I agree with you. I don't his the odds of him being an everyday NHLer after this season is like 20% or 15%.
Mhm.
Like it's not it's not that high, but again, I'm looking at to me, all he has to do is be better than Nicholas Montempalo. And I like
Yep.
Nicholas Montempalo, but it's not like he's a world beater defenseman that he's got to be better than.
Yep.
So that's not
The
that high of a ceiling to get over.
the only thing for me is he's an offensive defenseman,
Yeah.
and he's not going to get a shot at the power play in Ottawa. And for him to play in a bottom pairing, his defense is still not where it needs to be. So
He is right shot.
yeah, but he's right shot, and everybody needs right shot defensemen, as we all know. So it's if it's not with Ottawa, you might have a shot with somebody else. Austin Rose, I don't know a lot about. Um,
He had a really good playoffs for Everett. He was injured most of the year. He came back at the end of the season, and then he went and just played really well in the playoffs. And I'm like, he was a 6th round pick in the NHL. Why not? The pick I really wanted
mhm.
here was Hunter St. Martin.
And
Absolutely wanted Hunter St. Martin here. And unfortunately, he was gone. But
yeah,
uh, Atro Lapidin is the one I'm still laughing that I got in the 6th round.
so I was like, we just did the draft last week with the Healthy Scratch League, and my 7th round pick, I was like, okay, do I take Christian Humphreys? And then there was a couple of other guys I had. And then I read your article that you wrote about your draft picks, and I'm like, I think he's still available. So I got him with my 7th round pick, like pick, I don't know, it was like 219 or something like that. So thank you very much, Steve. Because
This kid,
I
he's
forgot about
26.
him.
He's not a kid. He's not a
Yeah.
kid, but
So
he's got skill. Like I think I sent you a video of a goal he scored where it was
yeah,
just like an end to end skating through guys. Like he's got skill. Is he going to be able to do that in the NHL? I don't know, but
I,
I'd rather take a
again,
swing on this guy on a team like Edmonton that's going to need that extra defenseman. They're all fire wagon hockey,
Yeah.
which is what this kid can do.
So let's hope that he gets a shot and that both of us can gain from it.
Now you got to
Uh,
tell me when you're drafting for the in that league. I'll send you all my off the board picks and you can look at them. Um, I'll just say this because Vallis is a Leafs guy. I don't care too much about him.
mhm.
William Nickel is one of my favorite players to watch in junior hockey the last 2 years. I almost took him last year, but I'm like, nope, let's wait and see if he's still there. And
Yeah.
like, this is just like he may never make the NHL, but this is exactly my kind of player. He'll play top line minutes. He'll play fourth line minutes. He'll play hard for that time. Like so, and Daniil Emerskin, we'll see what he does if he comes over from Russia this year. Mine's a preemptive. I'm guessing that he's the guy that what everyone will want in the first round next year. So we'll
So
see. He scored
I
30
think
goals in the K.
I think you had a solid draft, considering that I think that Miftakov and Tays are going to be playing on. You're going to be able to put them in your roster in a couple of years, even though Tays it's only for 1 year. It's going to be in the top six role. At worst, third line. Miftakov is going to be at least your backup goalie for a year or two, and maybe for a long period of time. And then Coots and Zonen, I think are going to be solid picks and solid prospects for you. So I think solid draft.
The fact that Zonin fell to me at 29, like my draft, like in my mind, I got an A on that draft. The second Bill Zonin fell to me because there was
So
no time. Like it took me no time to make that pick.
yes, and if you think about it, I keep saying it. If you want at least one guy out of each draft, I think you could end up with four, maybe even five guys out of this draft. So
Well, I don't see
Joshy.
Coots. I don't see Coots and Zonin not making.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
agree. I
I've
think those
watched
two
them both
guys,
play a lot this year, and I just can't see them not. And
they're
Taves is a lock to play. Taves
yeah.
is a lock. Um, whether he'll play a lot this year, I don't know. But I'm like you with Miftikov. Like I see his path to the NHL is fairly. He's a
Open.
good goalie, and he's on a team that has. Last year, they were at one point they were on their fourth string goalie. Like, so
Hmm.
his path
And
is
he's
easier than some.
yep. And he's ready. We all talk about how goalies reach their potential at 25, 26, 27. He's 25 years old right now. And he's gonna play in the AHL this year with the opportunity to come and play some NHL game. In 2026, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be on the roster, NHL roster for Carolina as one of the two goalies.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, so we'll move on to Philadelphia, who had a shit ton of picks.
yeah, did he have all the
Calling them
picks
off.
in the sixth and seventh round?
Yeah, like it was all. I think it was. Well, what is 131? 131 is the sixth round. Is that right?
Yeah. uh no, 131 is the fourth.
Okay, so fourth through seven. Like, and it was. I mean, every one of them off the board, and hey, I don't have Andre Ravinsky's here. His
So
position.
again,
Some of them I know, some of them I don't.
same strategy as Montreal. Let's get some players in the on the team, and let's see if one of them makes it.
Well, what Josh does is the guys that look like they're gonna make it, he trades to lesser than teams that are under the playoffs, and he trades them for players like that are RFA age. Like
And yeah,
he tries to sell these guys off as more than they are. He
Yeah.
sold Cade Weber to Seattle last year with that. Like, do
Yeah.
they have that much potential? We'll see.
So there's a couple guys that I think do have some potential. Eric Polkamp. Um, I think he's got some potential, and Bernevic, um, and also Aaron Pionk. He was one of the high rated guys that dropped in the draft a couple years ago, and now he gets him at 217.
Well, I don't
That's
know who drafted
because
him in the DCHL because I'm pretty sure he was drafted.
he
Well,
was he
why
was
are you
released
releasing him?
because the 60 asset rule, because he was
No,
drafted by
but he's got to
probably
be one of the
Seattle.
top 60 assets. He's got to
Sorry?
be. Whoever dropped him has to realize that Aaron Pionk is probably one of his top 60 assets. And he's just releasing it. Like these guys got to start looking a little more at who they're releasing. Because you're right, because Aaron Pionk was on my list as well. But
No.
these guys just got to put more time into it. Even if you're BPAing guys in the draft, which is probably how Aaron Pionk got on whatever team he was on,
Mm-hmm.
you got to know who you got before you release them. What did I give Josh here? I gave Josh a like probably E or a B minus. This looks like a B minus. Oh, I gave him a C plus. Lots of picks.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say I can't be in the B area when the first pick is 131.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Who's next here? Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Carter Bear at 10. Like it or not? What do you think?
Love it.
You love it.
That's I told you the three guys I wanted were Eklund and Carter Bear and Justin Carbonell with 13. I think Carter Bear is a middle six forward all day long with potential to be a top six forward. So I like it.
I just think that injury is too much of a risk for
He's
10.
already skating. He was skating a month and a half ago.
Okay. Well, I'm just not going to take that risk at 10.
Yeah.
I do like Ben Kindle at 21. I do like that.
Tons of offensive potential.
Yeah. And he slipped, right? Oh, he slipped quite a bit because
Yeah.
he went to Pittsburgh in the NHL draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sean Barnhill, defensive defenseman. That's really all I
Mm-hmm.
know about him is
Yeah.
he's just a defensive defenseman.
Well, these next two picks, Sean Barnhill and Peyton Kettles, are first Kettles, he got tons of value out of him. He got him like 21 picks later than he was drafted, but he got two defensive defensemen.
And Kettles is 6'5", another one of these 6'5" defensemen.
Yep, there was a lot this year.
So Blake Vanek, the Ottawa Senators pick, 81. I'm not going to claim he was not on any of my boards. Like I knew nothing about Blake Vanek until Ottawa drafted him.
In the same way, I knew nothing about him, but then when I did some research on him, he played well in high school, but then went to the USHL and still produced.
Yeah.
It's one of those guys that's like, well, you know what? If you keep producing, when you move up a level,
and
that says a lot.
Drew Shock going. Now, the one thing I will say is he's definitely got to be nicknamed Shocky.
Yep.
Too bad Tampa Bay didn't draft him.
Well, the Tampa Bay, you can get traded.
I thought this was a pretty good draft pick for a team that didn't make the playoffs to only have, 6 picks?
Mm-hmm.
Not great, but I mean, if Carter Bear is plays up to the potential and the talent, then he's deserving of 10 for sure.
Yeah,
Probably deserving of like top 8. But that injury, man.
it's a big
Ben
risk.
Kendall, I like. Sean Barnhill, I like. Peyton Kettles, I like. Blake Vanek, I hope.
So, what do you have him at? What's the rate
I gave him a
you gave
B.
him?
I gave him a B. I thought it was like a pretty good draft. I don't like maybe a B minus if you punish him for only the 6 picks, but I do like the balls of taking Carter Bear because I know I would be too chicken to do it. I couldn't do
Hmm.
it,
Yeah,
but I love Ben Kindle at 21. What would you say?
I was thinking of B plus because I think Carter Bear has that potential.
Yeah, you like Carter Bear. I
Yeah,
do too, though. So
and I
okay,
think his picks uh, uh Barnhill, Kettles, and Vanek has all have potential.
I I those 3 picks I love. The Carter Bear I couldn't do it. Okay,
So
Tampa Bay. There you go. Konarski and Midlick. Wasn't Midlick like last player drafted? Yeah, he was Mr.
yeah,
Arella.
yeah,
So I, I don't know. We'll see. Both are goalies.
that's what he needed, and I like the fact that I think Russians do the best of developing goalies. Uh, but I wouldn't have drafted those two guys as with my picks as a Russian
And
goalie.
those
But
were not BPAs. I'm pretty sure he sent those in to me. So he sent
mhm,
me a list. So they would have been picked off
yeah,
of his list.
yeah,
Um, so I gave him a C minus, but that's probably just that's my if you really don't do a whole lot in the draft, you get a C minus.
yeah, it doesn't deserve any better than that.
Yeah. Toronto. Toronto had some interesting picks here, Jeff.
Hmm.
Porter Martone at 6. I think Porter Martone going to Toronto makes the most sense of any of the teams that drafted in the top 10. Just because he kind of needs big that big winger, and that's what Martone is.
Yeah, I think that was a solid pick for Mark because if you think that he's got Fantilli, um, I'm got a blank right now on the other forwards that he just drafted, but he fits well with the Leafs. So
And Sasha Boumedienne, um, 32. That's great. That's kind of where he should go in the NHL draft. I think was at the tail end of that first round. Maybe getting him at 32 is a little bit better value than you would think. But
with the World 18 U18s that he got,
yeah,
that was solid.
well, a lot of people came away from that really liking.
Hmm.
That's when his draft stock rose.
Yeah.
Was from the U18s. Then a whole bunch of on the board picks. Epperson, Huang. Okay, I don't like Huang. Um,
See that
Fyodorov.
it's
Sorry.
funny because you don't like Wang, and he was one of the before this year one of the most highly rated guys that coming out of the queue,
Yeah,
and everybody thought that Nashville when Nashville got him at 122 that they got a steal. So will be interesting to see.
I just think he struggled so much this year. I don't know. Like, let me look at him here. Oh, 6 feet. I don't know. He's little. Just a little baby defenseman at 6 feet. Next year we're going to be going. I don't want to draft no 6 foot defenseman, 6'1" or better.
I know. Hey, I'm in. I already started that.
Like I thought this was a pretty good draft. I gave him a B plus. I think. Yeah, I
Yeah,
gave him a B plus.
I think he did a good job.
he definitely knew who he liked in his picks. Like a lot of them wouldn't have been who I would have taken at that spot, but I also feel like a lot of these guys are going to be released in the next year.
Yeah. Um, Somehow, Mark always ends up with a lot of 6th and 7th round picks.
Yeah.
Or is it just me that just seems like that's what's happening?
Well, he was trying to sell them, and I think just nobody was willing to.
And
Nobody was looking to buy. This year's draft was not one where a lot of people were trying to buy picks.
and look, I'm just looking at his prospects, and he's got 3 6 and 3 7s already for
Those,
2026. So, and I
there you go.
remember it was the same thing before. So, and I
Okay.
think Mark is getting there where he's going to be starting to compete. I think he's one more year away to
Well, Fantelli is going to be the one leading the charge, I think.
yeah. Fantelli, Coronado, Brent Clark, uh Pospisil, so Cutter Gauthier. See, that was the other guy that I was trying to remember his name. That's why I went to his team. So you
Okay,
add Cole
Washington.
Martone?
Did you watch my video with Gage?
Not yet. I'm on vacation. I'm gonna watch it this week because
Okay,
it's my time right now.
because it was really interesting talking to Gage about why he made the pick and what he liked about each of these guys. I'll say this before we even dive into it. I gave Gage a B plus. I liked what he did. I liked that he stood by what he did. Like again, Lyndon Lakovic at 14 and Cullen Potter at 15. Wow, you got stones to do that. I I think Lyndon Lakovic at 14 is fine. I think Cullen Potter at 15, it's like, are there not better options? And Gage says no. He
See,
thinks Cullen Potter is, and a lot of people love Cullen Potter. So
yeah. And remember that what I kept talking about, waiting for the draft to drop to you, and not reaching up. Like Gage reached up to get those two guys, which would have brought pushed back Nestrasil for me, which would have been available at 27.
yep.
But because I reached, Gage reached, Zach reached, guys drop. And this
And
happens every year.
this well,
Every
this year
year.
was the most prominent. This year was the most prominent because every year guys reach, but this year was wow. Because there's years when it doesn't work. That's the strategy of waiting for your guy. It doesn't work. And this
I'll
year it worked.
and for me, I found that this year the drop was around the middle of the third round. After the middle of the third round, there wasn't anybody that I was like, oh, I really want
Yeah. Well, that's a
to.
big reason why I was off the board at that point.
Yeah. So
Because a lot of the guys that were like the LJ Moonies and the Cameron Schmidts and all those guys that you would want to take in those late round picks, they were climbing up.
yeah.
Like even like Quinn Beauchene here, who went at 148 in the NHL draft. I like this kid, and he was someone I was thinking about taking in one of the
Mm-hmm.
later rounds. He was gone at the end of the fourth round,
Third
was it? End of
third
the third
round,
round.
the end of the third round, 96.
Like,
But again, he's a 6 foot defenseman. How many of the 6 foot defensemen are going to make it? That's my question. Because we
well,
just
it
talked
seems like
about,
the NHL is moving towards defensemen that can that are big and can skate, and they're not worrying about the other skills so much. and Quinn Beauchamp is more about the puck moving.
Hmm.
And is he really going to be? I think given the choice, an NHL GM is not going to give Quinn Beauchamp. He'll give Sean Barnhill the chance before he gives a Quinn Beauchamp.
Hmm. And Beauchesne played really well at the U18s. So
Yep,
he was one of the best defensemen for Team Canada at the U18s. So
I
um,
like every one of these picks, except I didn't know who Vasek Lenar was.
yeah, I don't know who that is either. Um, I liked Shamar Moses. I thought he was going to go higher than that in the NHL draft.
For sure.
So I like him. I think he's got some potential as a middle third to middle third line winger. So and
Harvick Drott going at 190, whatever it was in the NHL draft, was stupid. Just stupid. And Gage went up and grabbed him.
mm-hmm. And Petteri Rimpinen.
Another goalie I like.
So let's hope that, and he's Finnish, so usually Finnish goalies have get a shot. So let's hope that he gets he makes it to the NHL. I think he's got some potential there.
Yeah. I again, it's funny that Gage jumped up with the first two picks. And then after that, did really well with his picks.
Mm-hmm.
So
But again, Lakovic, you and I had Lakovic a lot higher than 27.
I had him around around 15. I
Yeah.
I could look at my list, but I had him around 15.
And Colin Potter is probably the best American player out of this draft, personally. By
Yeah.
you know, so and he played well at the U18s again. But I didn't expect those two guys to go at 14 and 15.
I will say this, Gage and I had talked about him really liking when he first moved up, he was talking about um taking Lakovic in the top 50 and the top 20. And I was like, it makes sense to me. Like Lakovic, if I'm picking in the 20s, like let me just say this. If Lakovic was there at 22, I probably would have taken Lakovic there.
Over Coots?
Probably not over Coots, but like assuming that Gage had taken Coots at 14,
14 instead of Lakovic.
and then the rest of the draft went exactly the same, I would
Yeah.
have no problem taking Lakovic. So, and I know he's a big guy that doesn't play like a big guy, but I'm okay with that.
I think he's got the potential to be a scorer.
Yeah.
He potentially got drafted at 14, 15. Two guys are going to play on his top six.
Okay. So again, I gave him a B or a B plus. I don't remember which one it was now, but let's look just for fun at players that didn't get drafted in our draft that are still eligible for next year's DCHL draft, but were drafted in the NHL.
So what you're saying is anybody that watches the two ball guys are going to get some premium information right now.
And it's a sneak peek onto my draft board for sure for next year. Because I'm telling everyone right now, I'll be watching Dmitry Asayev from the Ottawa Senators draft pick all year because I would love to draft a high scoring 5'8" Russian forward. I don't know that I will, but like these guys are the first. This is the first thing I will be looking at when I start my off the board draft prep right here. So, any names stand out to you? We won't discuss
Uh,
the one name that I know that you won't want to discuss. I won't even bring it up. How's
never
that?
heard of him.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the list here to
Well, while
see
you're
if
doing that, I'll say I really did like Anthony Elaine Samaki on the Sioux City Musketeers.
I
I was
was yeah,
surprised.
I was looking at him. I saw him on the list. Um, Wilson Bjork,
Yeah. Where did he go? He was like at
143. His brother is Vito Bjork, and he should go in the top uh, 10 of the draft next year. Will Bell is a big forward that I thought was going to get drafted.
fifth round guys are fifth round guys from this year are available in our draft next year. Fifth round. And there is definitely going to be like a Sam Laurel, another good player,
Mm-hmm.
and a big defenseman too. Um, that's going to be in the NHL one day. So here's where I'm starting to look,
Yep.
and some of these guys, especially some of the Russians, watch them develop. Watch how they play this year. So, anyone else you want to comment on?
Um, as a Sens fan, I'm really curious to see what's Andre Trofimov.
Oh, the goalie.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how he's going to do. Um, an off the board pick to me when the Sens drafted him.
Well, nobody heard of him. I remember when he was drafted, nobody heard of him then. So that was just the scouts. You know, there's some scout that's sitting there going. They looked at him and said, who are you fighting for with the last pick?" And some scout said, "Take this guy."
Who's banging the table?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so the Sens went from 20 years without drafting a Russian to drafting two in the same draft.
And a 5'8" guy,
Yeah. So
5'8" guy.
he's going to be at the top of my list next year.
Ooh, the 5'8" guy, Messiah.
Yes. Yes.
With my first round selection, the Florida Panthers. Okay, yeah.
Not
Well,
gonna happen.
not going to happen.
Gonna happen.
Okay, you could take him, but it ain't going to be
Okay.
it ain't going to be in
Even
the first 4 rounds.
he would have to just like kill like kill it in the MHL or VHL, whatever league he's going to play in.
I'm assuming he's just going to be in the MHL another year, but
Yeah, he
whatever.
would have to be well above a point per game.
So okay, I think we killed it today. I think this was good. Nobody had
Okay.
a like, that was okay. And sort of my summary of the whole draft. Nobody had a horrible draft, and nobody had a great draft. It
This
just
is
wasn't
not going to be one of the best draft ever, but I think there was a lot of quality value that was drafted. Um, and I think that there was a lot of off the board picks, and the off the board picks are going to make up for the guys, the quality at the end of the draft for me.
yeah. Okay. So we'll leave it here.
Yeah, I think we got an A+ on this show, if you ask me.
Okay, and I guess stay tuned to find out what happens with UFA. It might be starting on Saturday. We'll have to see,
Get ready.
or or not.
If you need to clear cap space, if you need to acquire cash, this week's the week to do it.
No, no, wait until you're in the middle of bidding on a player, and then you can make a few trades and it won't slow down it won't make things difficult for the person running it or slow things down at all. No, no, just
So we're talking to you, Nathan. We're talking to you, Zach, based on last year.
oh, Zach said he's never done that before. So
No?
uh,
Okay.
sure, whatever. I've seen it happen. I don't know if it was him,
Because I
but
remember last year, Nathan is bidding. I'm like, you've got no money. He goes, yeah, yeah, I have like 3 trades that I made to clear space.
but the guy running it would like to sleep.
Oh,
Like, I don't want to be staring at my computer doing math 6 to 10 hours a day
yeah.
while
12
you're
hours a
doing
day.
3 trades. Well, like I do try to go for a walk and hang out with my wife and work out and stuff, but
That's overrated.
yeah, whatever. I'm making raspberry jam tomorrow, Sha, so stuff it.
Woo.
Okay, we'll end it here.
Okay.